Yeah, Harry.
You know, there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed.
I think we should have quit about 20 years ago.
That's okay. I've been listening since 10. I can't make anything out of it.
What am I, an accountant? What do I know? We only deal in truth here.
Oh, my God. What world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid? Go over there this afternoon. Throw your worm in the water. See how that works out.
Throw your worm in the water means something different in Los Angeles.
Well, it means about the same thing here in Kenosha. Wow. Things haven't changed.
That's what I'm saying. I can't make heads or tails which part is which.
Was a virgin sacrifice?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
And not in Kenosha anyway, right?
Get through what you got to get through, Scott.
This program is a real challenge.
Good morning, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the March 9th edition of the award-winning Kenosha Today Weekly Report. Coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP. We are streaming live and booming across the warming cornfields of the Midwest, reaching out to over 1.4 million listeners residing here in the Tri-County area. Being brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. With us this morning, the fixer, Elmo Schneider, joins us here in the Enchanted Kingdom this morning.
Speaking of fixing things, I see that the secret word today is very short, but you managed to spell it correctly.
Hey.
Maybe he shortened
I'm
it
just
so
nobody's
he could.
fool here, you know. I've had college. I've been in the Army. Our side, too, by the way.
Good morning.
Also, with us, my boyhood hero, our video coordinator, the Buddy Love.
Good morning, everybody.
Joins us here at Camp Happy Face. And engineering and, of course, board operating the Kenosha Today trolley ride this morning. Wacky Wayne is here with all my children.
Yes, back again for more fun than a barrel of monkeys. Oh, more fun.
Who wrote that line for you?
See, luckily I don't have to have somebody write these things and then try
that you
just try and regurgitate them every week.
Regurgitate?
Yes.
Now, there's a college term.
Right.
Did you learn that in broadcasting school?
No, it was on the Word of the Day calendar.
This week, the Kenosha Today Secret Word Challenge is sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. The Kenosha Today Brain Trust has pre-selected this morning's secret word. Actually, we didn't necessarily select it, Elmo. I think...
Did it fall in your lap?
His. Not mine.
All right.
We kind of acted it out. You know, we talked...
The two of you together?
No. Just him.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
The hints come early today.
Come. Let your imagination regurgitate all over the studio.
Let's not.
Yeah. Coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, the Lightning Round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And then after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, written on the deck at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. The top 10 signs Kenosha has the largest potholes.
In America.
In America, yes.
Not in the world? We're just going American potholes?
Let's go in American.
Okay,
Yep.
so it's theoretically possible that some Eastern European country could have bigger potholes,
That's
but we're
correct.
only concerned with the U.S. right now.
If that guy in Korea, one dumb chump, if he lights a candle over there, they're going to be quite a bit of
There's going to be potholes all over the
Yeah.
place, yeah.
Of course, downtown Baghdad is compared to Sheridan Road, so
Right.
maybe we shouldn't have limited it to just the United States.
Yeah,
Well, given our limited financial resources, we had to cut down on, on our data surveys.
Yeah,
So
that's
Gotcha. That makes sense then, yeah.
You know, we're not taking the satellite view anymore.
No, we lost the Kenosha Today satellite.
It's out there somewhere.
It's gone too far to give us pictures now.
You know what? If you give us a couple more beverages in the afternoon, we'd probably get on one ourselves.
All right.
Buddy Love's been tracking it with all those dishes he's got in his backyard.
Yeah.
So that's,
What, is it circling Uranus right now?
yeah, that's right.
Circling what?
Uranus.
Uranus.
Oh, I thought that was a term of,
Endearment?
well, not endearment.
They're looking for Klingons.
Also, during that half hour, we're going to be playing Stump the Chumps, and we're going to allow one of our lucky listeners an opportunity to see if they are actually smarter than the chumps that sit here. And the fellow that won last week, I think his name was Jeff, and I was busy, but we're going to get him in here. Speaking of upcoming shows, you see how I blended that in?
Yes. Almost seamless. What a segue. Like you've actually done radio before.
Isn't that kind of a scooter thing?
It can be.
Can I get to the upcoming
Please do.
shows? Next week, you got to be here for this.
I do have to be here for this.
The comedy of Romeo and Juliet continues with the burlesque show.
Well, no.
No.
The
They're
comedy of Romeo and Juliet,
Is a
kind of
play.
sorta, is a play that ends this weekend. at the
Celovich
Rhodey.
is directing.
Yeah, the burlesque thing is something completely
Completely different.
different.
However, see this? You guys cut me off before I finished my sentence.
Well, that's because you combined two things.
Okay.
You forgot the semicolon that's in that sentence on that page there.
I don't read semicolons.
I know, that's the problem.
So forget the dopey Romeo and Juliet. They'll love to hear that.
Yes, I'm
And,
sure Jim's listening right now and going, no, I'm not bringing the girls in.
Oh, that would be crushing.
I would crush you, yes.
He says,
It's a highlight of my week.
here's his quote in the paper. These shows are so popular, I get stopped on the street by people asking me when the next one will be.
Well, yeah.
That's right.
You don't think that's true?
No, I'm just reading it.
Well, okay.
Don't challenge me. Now. Don't challenge
the
me.
way you're reading it makes it sound like you are incredulous, like you do
Oh,
not
now
believe.
what the hell does that mean?
Scott asks him every week because he wants to know when the girls are going to come
right.
back into the
Yeah.
studio.
That's my. I'll be showering on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday
And-
just to get
and
prepared.
Saturday morning,
Saturday
yes.
morning.
You're finally
Right.
washing that shoulder after last year?
Yeah.
Where she touched you?
Yeah, you got to tell these gals there's no touchy here
Probably a good idea.
Why not?
because I'm drooling too much.
Right. Too much drooling, inability to speak properly.
Nah,
We'll
nah.
have to carry the show, Elmo.
That's we.
Oh, wait a minute.
What we do
Never
anyway,
mind.
don't we?
Never mind.
So that's March 16th. On March 23rd, since Elmo was walked off the job as my relationship advisor,
Yes,
kicked me to the curb, so to speak.
as it were.
We are going to be joined by a doctor of sex and relationships. Dr. Bambi is coming here on the 23rd.
A actual doctor, or was she just saying she is?
Well, not in your traditional sense. But
so we're picking.
She plays one on television.
Yeah.
She plays one on TV. Okay, that works.
no, don't say that name.
No.
No.
So we'll see how that works out. Now, this is,
Should be interesting.
I
if
guess I've
nothing
been
else.
criticized in private circles about
Or in public circles. Front page of the Kenosha News.
Yeah,
Whatever.
about being too much of a chauvinist.
Oh, okay. A misogynist, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or lack thereof.
Of all of the
So
above.
I thought, as fair as we are, as fair as we can be, we'll give her a couple minutes and see
Sure.
what she can do here. So this isn't really geared towards me.
Do you really
itself.
think it's just a couple of minutes? We should probably give her the whole 2 hours. And that's just for a starting point.
Boy, you sound just like she did.
Just saying.
Now,
And that-
Wayne, what we're not saying is that Bambi is actually her last name, and she's from Pakistan, like Ganga. And, she's actually going to talk about goat love.
Okay. All right.
How could I go wrong with this, right? And then, of course, on April 6th, our 23rd anniversary show, and we're going to work on getting Gunga here and Bubba. And
Where are all these people sitting?
on your lap.
Oh, hell no.
That's where we're bringing the relationship advisor in.
To gear me to
train
make
you-
me comfortable with
Yeah,
the idea
yeah,
of
yeah.
Gunga and Bubba sitting on my lap. Oh, I'm so excited! I can't wait.
And then there's even more. Boys
Comma.
and girls have to come.
Yeah, don't forget the comma. You read the commas, but not the semicolons.
Well, only because I got it. I've been doing this for a lot of years now.
But yeah, you still need to read it.
Our special weekly editorial segment. What is it, Elmo? As the what?
As the cold mix turns,
As the cold
filling
mix
those
turns.
potholes.
And so what we're time was of the essence this week, and I ran a little short, and Elmo was extremely busy. So what we're going to do for the high five zingers and doofus, any time, if any of our listeners
Yes.
are the 1.4 mil, want to
Right.
call in and recognize somebody, give them a high five.
Yeah.
If they want to take somebody to task as a zinger,
Okay.
and if they want to give somebody a doofus award, 262-694-1050.
Interesting. Okay.
We'll see how that works.
I'm concerned about the zinger portion of this. I see how excited Elmo gets when he does it. You know, the vein popping out, his face turns red.
Eyeballs popping.
He's
Bulging out
got
of my head,
he's
yeah.
got a modicum of control when it comes to the words he uses. I don't know that I trust the 1.4. I'm going to have to ride that dump
Just
button
keep your
hard.
hand on the button.
Yeah,
You
I
ride
don't know
that
if I
baby.
like that.
Of
Well,
course.
I
well.
have a zinger
Okay.
we
Okay.
can use. So,
Okay.
but it's and I won't it's not as exciting as the last couple of weeks.
That's okay.
But, you know, our
Yeah.
our listeners are pretty intelligent. for
They
the
are
most part,
very intelligent,
And
but
we'll let them call. There's no buts.
no,
We'll
there's a
let them
but.
call.
I'm just concerned about their ability to keep it clean.
Well, obviously, the phones aren't exactly lighting up.
Yeah,
here
we're
right
okay
now.
so far. It's okay. Yeah.
Hey, and then it gets even better, folks, tomorrow at noon each and every Sunday. You can relive all the magic here at AM 1050 WLIP and listen to the replay of this show. And then, you know, we were talking before about the possibility of, when we get to the summer, of maybe doing every other week and some shows out and about.
Sure.
On the deck at the boathouse, and instead of coming in here. And
Sure.
Not that we don't want to see you.
No, I totally get it. If you can just segue right from the show to sitting on the deck at the boathouse, I don't see why you wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
That way you don't got to actually leave to go there. You're already there. It's like,
Yeah, why waste 7 minutes to go from here?
Why
to
waste
there?
all 7 minutes? You know, that's 7 minutes worth of gas you just got back.
Boy, you should be in management.
Well, one would think.
What I can just, Mr. Perry, I'm coming for your job.
Yeah, no. I don't need trouble like
Oh,
that.
look at the phones light up now. Look at that. We'll take them one at a time. Good morning, you're on Kenosha today.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Who's this?
Steve from Kenosha. You want the secret word of the day?
Sure, Steve.
Uranus.
Ooh, no. The seventh planet is not the secret word of the day. Actually, it's like the eighth. Yeah. Sorry, I was off
We
by
weren't
one.
we're looking for the planet.
Yeah, well, you know, we don't want to find the other.
That's two words, actually.
So, hey, wait a minute, Steve, as long as I got you here. And what are you giving up for Lent? That's one of our topics today.
Nothing.
Good call.
Good.
Don't you feel a little
Nothing.
guilty?
Not at all.
Okay.
He is unburdened by that guilt.
I drink with Jerry Booth.
There you go. Then you're doing okay. You have a different burden then.
There you go.
All right,
guys,
Steve,
have a
thanks.
good day.
All right.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, where was I at? Oh, you can watch the replay of this show on Spectrum's Channel 14, Tuesdays at 5, Wednesdays at 6. And again, for you late night owls who might have a tendency to get overserved on a Friday night, the always popular 2:30 a.m. Saturday replay.
You want to talk to Gunga?
Yeah.
Let's talk to Gunga.
Hey, good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
This is Ganga from Libertyville. If you continue to question the ignorance of your audience, you will lose them all.
We're assured of it. We don't have to question it.
Hey, Gunga,
Yes.
I'm gonna call you. Is this number on there? I'm gonna call you sometime this week and invite
Well,
you. Huh?
I think it would be more polite if you've got Gunga here.
Okay,
I mean, is it okay if Scott gets your number from the caller ID and gives you a call later, Gunga?
And with the purpose of, I want to invite you in for our April 6th, 23rd anniversary show. Gunga?
He would like to see you in person. Yes.
And you can bring
We'll
your
see you
camel and Clyde, and he can wander out in the back and see how.
Special reserve parking
yeah.
for camels
Yes.
here at.
Oh, I don't
WLIP.
think I'm ready for big time radio.
Oh, yes, you are. You're more than qualified.
Because I don't want to give him your number, Gunga, if you're not interested in taking calls
I'm
from
going to call
Scotty.
you anyway.
Oh, you can call me anytime.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes,
you know,
and if you would pass on my 800 number at 5 cents a minute, I will talk dirty to you for hours.
For hours and hours.
hey, you know what today is, don't you, Gunga? This is
I have no idea.
This is Barbie. The Barbie doll celebrates 60 years today.
Oh, and so atomically correct too.
Yes.
Didn't they use you for the Ken doll when they had that issue? We're going to be atomically correct? Anatomically correct?
I don't believe so, but I have a fun fact for you.
Okay.
Shirley was the first original model for the blow-up doll.
Maybe having you here on...
Have you had any experience with such a fine craft?
You know, Wayne, maybe having him in here is maybe not going to be a good
Be
idea.
the exact reason you don't give Ronnie a mic?
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I'm going to call you this week and see if you want to join us. We'd be delighted to have you.
Oh, I doubt it.
You're not going to get any hate calls from those 9 ex-wives of yours, are you?
No, they don't know how to use a phone yet.
So they don't hang up on you either then.
No, certainly not.
They also don't answer the call either.
So what does a guy from Pakistan give up for Lent?
Lint.
Lint?
Lint.
Yes. I give up lint for Lent every year. I do not pluck it out of my belly button.
Oh, God.
I let it sit there and fester.
That a boy. Now
Oh,
we like
boy.
it. I'm thinking of giving up sex for Lent.
Shouldn't be hard.
Have you not already?
5 years in a row.
Excellent choice. I too have given up sex.
How's Clyde taking that?
Not only with women, but with myself.
Oh, Jesus. Well, anyway, what else is going on in your
Do you
world?
want to recant your invitation?
Yeah. No, I'm going to call you. Seriously, he wrote it down, and I'm going to call you this week. Should I call the 1-800 or the 1-900 number, or just call you directly on this one?
Well, I could use a few dollars there, mijo.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well,
Anything else on your mind that you need complete on a that
silliness.
yes, stupidness.
Yes, all of the
Yes.
above.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't need help with that.
Yeah, we don't need any help.
No.
All right.
Well, you're
Don-
doing a fine job, gentlemen. Have a wonderful day.
All right.
you,
I'll
Don.
call you this week.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning. You're in Kenosha today.
Hello?
Who's this?
Shirley, turn your radio down. You should know that.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
many
I
radios you
did.
got going this morning?
I just turned it down. I turned it off.
Okay.
It's hard to follow Gunga.
Yes, it is.
Well, actually, wouldn't you want to follow Gunga? You wouldn't really want to go before Gunga.
I will follow him.
Well, maybe not. Yeah, no.
So the deal
It's
is,
good to hear. Good to hear Gunga.
did you have a Barbie doll when you were growing up? Well, that's a little bit.
I think I did.
Well, this day
1959, they
yeah.
came out.
You were a little bit prior to that, weren't you?
Yeah, I know. I know.
What kind of dolls did they have when you were a kid?
Shirley Temple doll. I had a Shirley Temple doll,
Oh, that's so lame.
and just regular baby dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of thought didn't go into that answer, did it?
So, Shirley, I see there's a new market for your product there. You remember space food sticks?
No, not
No?
really.
Well, they were made by Pillsbury in the 1970s, and they were commissioned by NASA to do that, to have some type of edible thing to send with the astronauts into outer space and to the moon. So if they had to go for a prolonged period of time in their spacesuit, they would have something to eat. Well, they kind of went out of favor, and then they brought them back for a while in the early 2000s, and now they discontinued it. Well, some guy has bought up the rights to space food sticks, and he's going to start infusing them with cannabis. And,
Wow.
so you can really go to space food sticks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Supposed to be out in July. So
Well, there's going to be a market for your product.
incredible edibles.
Looks like, yeah.
All right.
You know, this week is International Women's Day, observed all
This
around
week
the
is-
world.
this week
so
is
be nice to
International
women
Women's Day.
this week.
And we should be.
Yesterday was.
And what should
International
we be
Women's
doing?
Day.
Writing this down? Or are we supposed to play a song? Or hey, I am woman. When we come back, I am woman by.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I am
no, no,
woman.
no.
Have you got that?
No, we don't.
Thankfully,
No.
no. Oh, no, sorry, just deleted it. I hit the wrong button.
So what are we?
Helen Reddy is banned from the
Yeah.
the playlist here.
So what are we supposed to do? Something different every week, every day of this week?
Yeah, just be kind to women, and women have come a long way.
Oh, jeez.
in
What about
different
women being?
roles in that,
hey,
and we're
hey,
we're
hey,
celebrating that, coming a long way.
What about women being kind to Elmo and I,
yeah.
and Wayne, and the Buddy Love here? It's a two-way street, sister.
Well, it's our week this week, so you could have another week.
The other 51? Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah, I thought every day was Women's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, really.
Well, look at
yeah.
this. Look what you get. You get Sweetest Day. You get Valentine's Day. And
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. What else you want? Take over the country? That
Right,
could
there
happen. The
you
way the
go.
amount of
Every
women
day
that are
should be
running
our
for
day.
office.
Yeah, take over the country. That sounds good to me.
All right. All right.
We
Well,
could do it. I'm telling you, we could do it.
well,
Do what? Take over the world?
We could try.
We bend over and say thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Wayne. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, we got to go,
So
sir.
Gunga's maybe coming into the studio. That would be fun to talk to him over there.
That'd be something.
Yeah, that'd be
it sure
something.
would be.
Yeah, it sure would be. We're working
Sure
on
would be.
it sure would be something.
It sure, yeah.
All right, we got to go, Shirley. This is,
Okay, thank you.
all
Bye, Shirley.
bye.
Have a good one.
You too.
I don't know. National Women's Week?
I
it
saw
was
something about it. I thought it was
yesterday
Women's Day.
Women's
Yeah.
Day was yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well,
I thought that was a magazine.
Yeah, it is that too.
yeah. I
Or
don't,
at least it used to be. I couldn't
I
say.
don't subscribe anymore.
Right.
Hey, for on a serious note, for all you business owners out there, if you're looking to hire new employees, what better way to take advantage of the very low Kenosha Today advertising rates and increase your ability to fill these positions? Again, there are approximately 1.4 million people living in the WIP listening area, reaching as far south as North Chicago, or maybe even in Chicago. I understand this show goes down there.
Goes a long way.
A long way. And west to Lake Geneva and northern suburbs of Milwaukee. So if
No,
you're
they get it in Janesville even.
see, we're worldwide
Well,
1.4 million
listeners.
listeners.
at least.
And that number
Right.
was given to me by the famous program director, Mr. John Perry, gave me that. So I'm not
Very
making
much.
stuff up.
No, right.
I'm
You
going
have
with
it.
what the guy says.
Right. The straight bull.
You're not looking to be here next week, are you?
Well,
So anyway, if you're looking to fill any type of job, give me a call, 262-652-6767, and we'll get you all started on that. Well, look at the time here. If anybody wants to give us, again, a high five zinger or a doofus, give us a call, 262, 694
1050.
1050, yeah.
you got too many numbers in your head.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're even here on Saturdays, leading up to the busy time
Well,
of
I
the
got
year.
a long way to go.
I was going to say,
I file extensions and
okay, you got a billion things to do. I'm surprised
right.
you're not working that job instead of being here.
I owe it to Elmo to be here.
Okay, all right.
See how I say? Well, here's another topic. Wisconsin has nation's highest rate of deadly falls among older people.
It's because there's a lot of ice around here. I hear.
Wisconsin, no.
A lot of booze around here, too.
Well, yeah, that too.
Wisconsin has the nation's highest rate of deadly falls among the elderly. Some 1,365 residents, 65 or older, died from falls last year. And the Wisconsin outnumbered deaths from more deaths from falling than even in breast and prostate cancer. And you know what they attribute this to? Excessive drinking.
What?
And the climate.
And the climate, yeah, that's true.
Lots of ice and snow.
Yeah, you add in alcohol and winter weather. They all play a factor. So, you have a caller there, Doctor.
See,
Maybe.
Good morning, you're in Kenosha today.
Hey, Scott, how's it going?
Dennis.
Hey, Dennis.
You're up and early this morning.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, I was just thinking of something you were asking about last week, your naming rights for the studio.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I'm
correct.
glad you brought that up.
We have somebody that we're seriously considering here, though. The Rubberama Blow Up Doll Corporation is high on the list. So.
Rubber ram blow up down. But we're willing to give you some consideration. What's your suggestion?
Well, I was going to say there's so many of these quick trips that have popped up in the area, all these quick trip gas stations,
Yeah.
that, it would fit right in, too. You could actually get a promo going. It's a quick trip to the lip. Down your radio dial to 1050.
Well, that
Kenosha today.
Where's the comedy? It's kind of bland. Where's the spice?
I'm kind of thinking Rubberama Blow Up Doll Studios has a better ring to it than
A quick trip to the lip. A quick trip to the lip. That's for one of these other stations that that don't have much going for them. But
Just kind of mundane, huh?
yeah, that too. Quick trip to the lip. All right.
Quick trip to the lip.
I don't know. We'll take that in advisement. How's the missus? What's her name?
like you don't
She's
know.
doing okay. We finally got her hip surgery scheduled.
Oh, was I too tough on her Wednesday?
Yeah, you'll have to cancel out, I think.
I'll have to back it down a little bit. I get you got that
So excitable.
that high grade of vodka that you and the extra chips and the energy bar just kind of takes me off my path here.
Yeah, yesterday you guys were just talking about it. I know Shirley brought it up. It was, International Women's Day.
Yeah, what's that about? Have you heard of that?
Uh-oh, I hear something in the back.
I hear her calling from the back room.
Tell Scott she loves him. Or something.
You forgot to put the ball gag in, Dennis.
Did you hear about the other weird thing that's coming up?
What?
There's a new gender classification on top of everything else.
So we got male and female. What's this going to be?
It's called, I believe it's auto.
Auto, you love yourself. We used to call
Right.
it used to be called
you have a relationship with yourself.
yeah. It used to be called narcissism, but
That's too long of a word. We got to pare it down a little bit.
So
let's dumb it down a bit.
I could consider myself an auto, a new a gender.
yeah, you can marry yourself.
Jeez. I don't know.
And you said you'd never get married again, Scott.
So what do I do on the honeymoon night?
The same thing you do every night.
Well, you know what they say: if you marry yourself, I have to hand it to you.
I think it's time for us to go to a break. He's been waiting since you called for that.
I've been hanging over that button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, say hello to the Mrs. What's her name, and enjoy the malls tomorrow.
Yeah, I won't regurgitate too much.
Yeah.
One can hope not.
Hey, it's St. Patrick's Day next weekend, Dennis. Come on, you got to be gearing up for that.
Yeah, and don't.
Clocks go forward.
Irish Ruth is probably going to call in. You tell your friend Mickey O'Shaughnessy that. She's out to
I know he's got to hide out from that IRA that she's got after him.
Yep.
Yeah. I think if you take Libby Custer with you, you'll be in pretty safe to me.
Well, you know that movie, The Quiet Man, that they always show around this time of the year? That movie could have never been made today.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Especially the part where he's dragging her through the field. And
Oh, yeah.
Here's
The
a
old lady
nice,
comes-
strong stick to beat the lovely lady with.
Exactly.
We were talking at the production meeting about 1856, the last guy to get executed in Library Park, in fact, the whole state of Wisconsin, for drowning his wife in a cistern. And
While all the neighbors watched.
it's go Johnny.
They didn't
go
try
Johnny.
to save her so
Yeah.
for nagging him too much.
Yeah,
So she really must have been a nag because none of the neighbors tried to save her. So it was,
Oh, wow.
So he paid the ultimate, put his life on the line. They hung him right in the middle of Library Park. Which
That's a shame because without his wife, he could have lived the rest of his life as an auto.
that's
Right?
true.
If only it was a thing.
All right, Dennis, I got to go.
All right. Take
Say,
it
Dennis.
easy. Bye-bye.
All right, we're going to take a little break here. We come back, we're going to play a little City in Jeopardy, and this is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the March 9th edition of the award-winning Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP, spreading the love on the red-hot airways of WLIP to over 1.4 million people residing in the Kenosha Today Nation. Again, we invite you to join the thousands of our fans who have already signed up and liked us on Facebook. We are brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. In the House of Cheer this morning, Elmo the Fixer Schneider joins our encounter group.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Are you going to be testifying in front of Congress anytime soon?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so I'm safe for the time being.
For now.
For now, yeah. I was going to tell you if you get to Congress and you see Nancy Pelosi, ask her if Earl Scheib is still providing her with that her makeup.
Okay, I'll do that.
Put that under advisement.
On your list of things to do while you're in front of Congress, yeah.
Hey, by the way,
make
Nancy,
sure you start the day there.
Yeah.
Hey, Nancy,
I'll put
Earl
that-
Scheib put that on with the paint sprayer, yeah?
Well, it looks like it. I mean,
Well,
it's really caked on there.
Well, high definition TV means you sort of got to cake it on there.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's like the president. He uses makeup, I'm sure.
Right, orange dye number 5.
Yeah, and he's,
Yep.
he's got those little
Does that
eyeballs.
cause cancer?
Yeah. Of course, also joining the Kenosha Today trolley this morning,
You've had the same script.
You made it okay through the first half.
I'm just
first segment. Now you're just.
I didn't bring my A game.
No, you're still.
I'm not picking.
You're running on empty.
I'm running
Too
on
busy.
Yeah.
Too busy doing.
Anyway,
that.
me buddy Love is
Yes.
over here sitting in the corner.
Yeah, he's like, whatever. You already screwed up my intro. I don't care if you talk to me now. I'm just gonna go back to my Me TV quiz.
Okay. And then of course the prettiest face here at Alpha Media, Wacky Wayne, joins us. And coming up after 11:30, actually anytime anybody wants to call us with a high five zinger and doofuses, it's as the cold
mix turns.
We have a caller. Let's see if I can get through this without screwing it up.
Right.
Good morning. You're in Kenosha today.
Good morning. One quick thing about Nancy Pelosi's makeup, where it comes from.
Who is this first?
The Old Crow.
Oh, the Old Crow. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it follows what comes after the cow.
Oh, I see where you're. Okay, I see where you're going with
I'm
that.
not going to say that word.
Yeah, please don't. Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to
Keep us
put it out
informed.
there.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
All right.
Thanks, Old Crow.
Yep.
The Old Crow. Well, all right. Let me get back to topic here.
Right. Maybe.
Well, let me take this call. I didn't screw that one up too badly.
Squirrel.
All right. Let me do that. Hold on.
Good morning. You're in Kenosha today.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you today?
Who's this?
Good morning.
This is Paul from Racine.
Oh,
How are you?
Paul
from Racine.
Hey, before you go any further, we have a bone to pick with you. We heard,
I've heard you
two-timing
calling
us.
other shows twice.
What is with this? Are you a Shirley wannabe?
Oh, no.
Well, they weren't on this
I don't
station.
call every day. I don't call every show every day.
Oh, but you called, you two-timed us and you called a Milwaukee station.
Oh, my goodness.
Say that
Paul.
again. I'm sorry.
You two-timing us and we heard you called a Milwaukee station.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, what are you guys listening to a Milwaukee station then?
Are you insinuating you were on a
Yeah.
Milwaukee station? Yeah.
Well, you got to keep track of your competition.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
It's
Right.
market research.
I like to spread the love.
Oh, that. Oh, okay. Now you're back in our good graces. So what can we do for you this morning, Paul?
Well, I have a possible solution to some of the financial woes of Kenosha, in particular ways to fund the poor roads.
Okay.
And that would be the first annual, followed up consecutive years by the first annual City Council talent show.
You know what? They used to have that back in at least 20 years ago, and Frank Passetti and Casey and Lynn Bello. It was more of a lip sync thing, but they rented out the Ruther.
I mean, just imagine big boy Anthony Kennedy with his tap dance shoes on out there dancing away.
Oh,
well,
boy.
Who wouldn't be entertained by that?
Well, remember we were going to sponsor Anthony Kennedy and Steve Casey cage match wrestling in the velodrome.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That was another one of my creations, the Alderman Olympic.
Boy,
I think the talent show would be good. You'd get involvement from each one of the aldermen. They could dance, sing, juggle, magic shows,
burlesque.
Burlesque, yeah. You're going to have those people on, Mm-hmm. And speaking of that sort of thing, you guys mentioned some of the history.
I was wondering when you were going to get there, Paul. You took a long way to do it, but I knew it was coming around.
And it would just be interesting to find out more about, in more depth, about that City Council talent show. And, as long as we're talking about roads and maybe streetcars. And I hear he has a follow-up book, too, to Streetcars and Salad Bars.
It's working on a
I'm sure we'll hear from Bubba a little later, and he hangs on your every word, and of course you just encourage him.
Spicy chili.
Well, but if he does call in, can you ask him if I've heard a rumor that he has a follow-up book to his Streetcars and Salad Bars called Soup Kettles and Jackasses.
Hey, leave us out of it.
I'm just curious if that book is coming or if it was just a rumor.
Okay.
That would be nice to know.
All right, Paul. As
All right,
always.
gentlemen, have a wonderful day.
Oh yeah,
you too.
Thanks, Paul.
Also, no one in the first half hour has won this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. And if you happen to mention it, we'll send you a $20 Boathouse gift card. And, of course, we all said this show is being recorded for training purposes, and so you can relive the magic tomorrow. And we haven't had to blip out anything recently, a couple weeks ago. When
I've had to blip out a few things.
Yeah, well, that's just part of doing business.
Right. There are certain things you're not supposed to talk about that some people don't know, so I just discreetly dump it. It hasn't been too offensive in the scheme of things, but still the FCC has tighter rules.
I hate when my mom
We run a
calls
tight
and
ship
does that,
here.
yeah.
Right.
All right, we got this.
Sure.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Good morning, Kenosha today. It's Irish Ruth. Are you standing on the corner watching all the jerks go by?
No, we're sitting in a room across from
Full of jerks.
Well, you know, figure of speech. And is the secret word Venus? Delilah?
No.
I was wishing and hoping that she would be Lou Regani's soulmate. Have you seen what she looks like?
Thankfully, no. I must have missed that memo.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't get that email.
Delilah.
All right, kill the
Have
band,
you
will
seen what she looks like?
No, we don't care.
Really?
All I care about Delilah.
So you've given up women for Lent. I've given up food.
Oh.
I've given up hope.
Food and the St. Patrick's $100,000 raffle ticket.
All right. Is that it?
Well, I could think of more things, but I'm actually adding like 3 hours of prayer a day.
That's a lot of praying.
Who are you praying
A lot
to?
of praying.
Who am I praying for?
Two.
Two. Yeah.
Two.
You got some big
I'm praying
picture of Nancy Pelosi
it's a
sitting?
secret. It's a secret.
All right, well.
Oh, by the way, Gunga, you're not in Venus's league. It's a different ball game. You're not a major player.
Back off on Gunga. He's our man.
Bye.
Bye.
Says, why do we take that abuse?
Well, because you want to take every phone call. So
Well,
that's,
I'm
whose fault
trying
is
to be
that?
polite. you
Scott,
know?
I was thinking the last time I prayed for 3 hours, it was to the porcelain god. So that's the...
That's bumped your head, too. Get me out of this snowbank. 3 hours. Well, everybody's got to have,
Something to do with their day.
Anyway, after 11 o'clock, the top 10 signs Kenosha has the largest potholes in the country. Hey, and now, boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City and Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And to be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WLIP within the last 60 days. We will now clear the phone lines, and I'm going to read the question, which is, of course, a very sophisticated, intelligent, multiple-choice question, and you will then get 3 somewhat intellectual answers to choose from. After that, you will hear and the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha State $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue here in Kenosha. Open Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials, to include reduced prices during the happy hour, Mondays through Fridays from 3 to 6 p.m., and enjoy a beautiful waterfront view and stop in for their big Sunday brunch, serving from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And if you're planning a party or a banquet, call Joyce at 262-654-9922. Okay, here's the sophisticated question. What is the number one thing you will lose when turning your clocks forward tonight? Just a reminder that you have to turn your clock forward. What is the number one thing you will lose when turning your clocks forward tonight? A, 60 minutes less of putting up with all her snoring. B, one less hour of dreaming that you're a Kenosha trolley driver and trying to memorize the route. Or C, absolutely nothing because you are a boring underachiever with low self-esteem. First caller, 262-694-1050. Boy, wait, 2 callers right there.
That was
there was a one. We'll take the first one, right?
Yeah.
All right, good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hello.
Who's this?
This is Karen.
With a C or K?
K.
C?
K.
K, okay.
K.
All right. I had 2 choices, and I butched that one, too. All right, Karen, hang on now. I got to build up the act. You ready?
All right.
You know, Karen, that this is a very legitimate contest, and that today's Well, I'm not done yet.
Hold on. There's a lot more words to come, Karen. Go make yourself a sandwich, get a drink.
Come
by
back
the
about
time
2.
you get back, he'll be ready to ask you whether to.
All right, Karen.
Your answer.
I'm telling you, this is a very legitimate contest, and that today's sophisticated question has been looked and sealed in an official Kenosha Today envelope and kept in a Long Island iced tea glass on Funk and Wagnall's porch since last night's production meeting. And you, Karen, with all your powers, being the all-omniscient, all-knowing, all-telling sage soothsayer and former Kenosha trolley driver, will ascertain the correct answer to this very sophisticated question. Right, Karen?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure you're still awake. Yeah.
She just ran back. You made it in time, Karen.
Did you go shopping? All right, let me read this again because I forgot what it is myself. What is the number one thing you will lose when turning your clocks forward tonight? 60 minutes less of putting up with all our snoring. B, 1 hour less of dreaming you're a Kenosha trolley driver and trying to memorize the route. Or C, absolutely nothing because you're a boring underachiever with low self-esteem. Karen?
Let me go with B.
1 hour less of dreaming you're a Kenosha trolley driver and trying to memorize the route. Why do you think that's the best thing you're going to lose?
Oh, the best thing?
Well, I'm the number one thing. Is that what your answer is? B?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with it.
Go with it. It's a bold move, Karen. Bold
move. Well, since you sound so convincing, yes, that's a correct answer, Karen.
All right.
Congratulations, Karen.
So,
Thank you.
Do you just turn your clocks back, or do you actually get up at 2 in the morning?
You mean spring ahead?
Spring ahead, yeah.
I'll turn them back probably about 6 o'clock tonight.
Right before you go to
Or
bed?
forward. Yeah, forward.
Yeah. Forward. Thank you very much.
Whichever direction that goes.
All right. All right.
I have actually already turned mine ahead, except for the car. So. I had nothing to do.
I have a hard time.
4 o'clock this morning.
I have a hard time changing my car because it's all that computer stuff. So I just wait 6 months, and 6 months I'm right back to where
You're
I
right back to where you started.
All right,
you just
Karen.
get everywhere a little bit earlier.
Off the air, Wacky Wayne's going to get your information. On Monday, I'll send you out this deal. And
All right.
I think you're going to bring somebody with you?
Probably my boyfriend.
Boyfriend? Leave him at home.
Yeah.
Boy, Scott was really hoping he was getting a date out of this.
No, I was
just bring cash.
Yeah, bring cash. Can we take this other call while you're doing that? Sure. All right, Karen, thanks for playing. I'm going to take this call while he... Boy, look at that. Oh.
No.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, then, Elmo, why don't you read the scoop? Hey, we're going to take this call. Is this a call that I can take there, Wacky Wayne? No? You're shaking your head no?
No.
Okay. All right. All right. A-R-I-N, right? Got it.
Well, you scribbled the first name, so I had to,
fix
you're
it.
like drawing.
I thought I was the fixer.
Yeah, right?
He made a doodle.
He's like doodling the first initial.
That's K-R-A-R-I-N.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
You assumed spelling, so I had to change it.
Yeah,
I don't have any white out back here. And we all know your ability at spelling.
Yes.
I'm lacking a little bit. I admit that.
No.
I'm so bad sometimes I can't even put the spell check and get it close. But Elmo, you got something there?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Good morning, guys. It's Cindy. How are you?
Morning,
Very good,
Cindy.
Hi. I had a little thought over the week here about your studio name,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and I come up with a couple of them.
Okay.
First, it's the Sardine Can Studio. Because I've been there, I know.
Okay.
That one, or the Phone Booth Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, we need a corporate like that, like Little Oscar sardines or whatever. So.
Have you seen? Has anybody seen a phone booth lately?
No. I
they-
think the airport is the only place
I haven't
that
gone
have.
looking for one, so.
Well, this is a question.
I haven't looked for them in a long time.
You have where?
There's one.
No, I haven't looked for them.
There's a phone booth in 58 Below, and it's wooden.
Oh, is there? Does it work?
It's in one of the old wooden ones they put inside.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So it's
yeah,
still
I remember
there.
they had one in Heartline's drugstore. Do you remember that place?
No, I have no idea.
It was on the corner, kitty corner of across the street from Bain School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, years ago they tore it down. It's part of
the parking lot for
Yeah.
Italian American now.
What do they tear down buildings, old buildings for?
I don't know.
Why do they
what
do
are
that?
they going to do with that Walmart place that's sitting there rotting?
Well, apparently this week, U-Haul wanted to get in there and
Make a storage facility out of it.
and make a storage
They
facility.
should make a roller rink, something for the kids to do.
Well, they've had that.
Screw the kids. I want to put in mini golf and a bar in there. That's what the.
Yeah.
And a massage parlor in the back.
Disco bar, right, Steve?
No, it's a new big thing. They're putting in adult mini golf and putting a tavern in there. So, or
that's scary.
Alcohol adult mini golf.
Well, anyway, I got this article. I'm glad you brought it up. And U-Haul is looking to move into a building that's sat vacant for at least 10 years. And now the city is making them put some green space. Now, I understand the city ordinance because when you building changes hands, you do have to put up a berm and some bushes and, to make it look nice.
Yeah.
And they're all dead in the air.
Yeah. But why don't they work with these people? In fact, if I was U-Haul, this is just me. I'd say forget it. I'd go up to Pleasant Prairie or Summers and work a little bit better with them. But anyway, that's just me. But we're going to have another building. Shopko's going to be vacant in the next few months too. So we're going to have another.
Yeah,
one that's,
and they're all in a line there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't know.
So you didn't like those studio names I picked out, huh?
Well, we're still in the preliminary stages.
Oh, I think Sardine Can Studio works.
Okay. Well, we got quick trips to the lip and sardine can and a phone booth.
And Rubberama Blow-Up Doll Corporation.
So far, that's got the
Give
lead.
it up, Steve.
That's got the lead. All right, Cindy. Thanks.
What do you do? Hang her on the microphone when you're gone? All right.
All right.
You have a good one.
See you, Cindy.
Yep.
People don't take us serious anymore when we tell them we go to a production meeting.
Yeah.
We actually come up with something. Not a lot, but hey, update on our new alderman that we're proposing to fill John Fox. Cy Costabile.
Yeah. How's he doing? What's the total up to?
$4.31 in campaign contribution.
He had a top secret in a breakfast place eating with the
mayor.
We have photographic evidence to prove it. So
wow. So he's making connections, making
right.
moves.
Yeah, he's got the mayor taking him out. Cy probably went in and had the prime rib buffet. And
for breakfast, yeah.
You know what his question was? Can I get the $6,000 in a lump sum right now? I don't know. They're going to decide on Monday, I think, how they're going to fill this by appointment, let it go vacant, or just have.
When's the next election?
Well, they're going to have to call a special election for this.
For this, yep.
Are they going to leave it? Would they leave it vacant until the next general election?
A whole other year.
It's
a whole other year. So
I think
they probably wouldn't leave it empty
and the
for
second,
a year.
I think the second district down, which includes the downtown, the boathouse, and all down, would be
it's a
well
big
served.
district.
Would be well served with our Cy Costabile.
Could you be considered in residence with how much time you spend
I would have to move to the boathouse and make that my residence.
As much time as you spend at the boathouse, don't they just forward your mail there anyway?
They do, yeah.
I mean,
it's where you're domiciled.
Well, okay. Where you sleep at night?
I think Cy would represent that district very well.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, he's got all the tools. He's got the looks. Got the
He's got the tools. He's got the talent.
He's never lost an election.
He's never gone out for an election. Yeah.
And if I stay out of his campaign, he might have a chance to win.
He's got an outside shot.
Hey, and he lives across the street from Captain Mike. He's got that going for him, too.
That's right. Captain Mike could be his advisor.
Oh, yeah.
When we said his campaign slogan was "Getting High with Cy," we didn't mean that like in a druggy sense.
In
getting high,
medicinal sense.
No, yeah. We meant getting high. So we'll have to see.
We meant getting high, as in an elevation, not a mindset.
Yep. Well, this is down where's that by the museums,
Museum Row and all that.
Yeah. Down on the end where they have the big statue of. I call it a Burger King, but it's really Chris Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And so now, Alderman Badala from the 17th, sticking his nose down in the 2nd District. This is going to be Cy's district.
Right.
So, butt out, I say.
Right.
And anyway, he wants to, this little road that goes around there, call it, change it from Ring Road to Calabria Way in honor of the Italian heritage. Well, I'm all for that. We've given a statue to the Italians. But I was told that back in the day, we actually had more Germans and Irish people that migrated to Kenosha before the Italians. So, by the time let's go back to that. By the time Cy's done being alderman, they should put a statue of him out there.
Right next to Chris?
Well,
maybe put them together, sort of like they're high-fiving.
And that would be a bigger tribute to all of the musicians. Cy's a heck of a drummer.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a better way to do that. But anyway, we're going to find out how they're going to...
if they're going to change the name or fill the spot. Yeah.
But I don't think... You're just beginning to hear the household name Cy Costabile.
Right.
So... And his picture, he's out having hobnobbing with the mayor.
Okay.
Whew.
Well, did you hear about the other incident? They had the drug bust that happened down there. It was right next to his house, and the feds pulled up, and Cy walked out his front door with his hands up.
So did I win?
Yeah, right.
Did I win?
He's just covering all his bases. There's nothing wrong with being prepared in case.
Like a true politician, you got to practice surrendering to the police.
Exactly. You got to be ready for it at any moment.
See, when we are taking care of we're covering all the bases, covering the T's and dotting all the I's. So when Mr. Costabile becomes the 2nd District Alderman, I mean, he's going to be ready.
Very well prepared.
We'll have his resignation speech.
Already prepared.
It always kills me when these guys, I want to resign to spend more time with my family. It's usually one step ahead of an indictment.
Just ahead of the sex scandal or the drug bust or the embezzlement scheme that went sideways.
When you see Cy walking into the boathouse with a raincoat over his head, he's not surrendering.
And
That's
it's
just
sunny.
Normal.
Yeah.
That's just his normal attire.
He just looks like that normally.
Yeah.
He's always worried about people stopping him on the street, recognizing him.
He's a celebrity.
The paparazzi. Yeah.
We've got coming up after the we got the top 10 list coming up. We're gonna play a little Stump the Chumps. Good morning, everybody. If you just joined us, this is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the March 9th Pick-to-Click edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. We are live and local, which is always a real fan favorite here at Pothole Central. If you just joined us in our Kenosha Today Encounter group, we are broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP on your radio dial, 262-694-1050. We are being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. Taking serious journalism, as you can tell, to an all-time high. We span the globe. We report on national, state stories, local issues, and basically we are your go-to guys for all fake news stories.
No fake news.
No fake news.
It's all real news.
Wait a minute. You tell me Nancy Pelosi's makeup is really put on by Earl Scheib?
There's good odds on that.
Joining us this morning, the Kenosha Today fixer, Elmo Schneider's in the house. Elmo.
Good morning.
Also with us, every young snot-nosed little kid's role model, our video coordinator, the Buddy Love.
Good morning.
Looking as stylish as a Buddy Love can be, and performing as both our engineer and board operator, a role model in his own right. Everybody looks up to you, don't they, Wacky Wayne?
Somebody somewhere does.
In the radio biz?
Well, I don't know about looking up to me, but yeah.
Well, you're the tallest one here.
There is that, yes.
Wacky Wayne embraces us with his presence this morning. As always, my question to you every Saturday, is there any reason why the Lord should be weeping?
No, there are no reasons for the Lord to weep today.
Nope.
It is all highs, no lows.
Well, you misspoke.
Still early.
Still early. There goes.
Well, your phone blowing up? You getting popular texts already?
No, business related.
Okay.
See, you asked me if I was working.
I know you're working.
I'm always working.
Right.
My mind's always racing. Someplace.
Right.
Yep.
In the gutter sometimes.
Right.
But
As a
probably
general
places
rule. Yeah.
where it shouldn't be.
Right.
Status of this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. And if you just happen to get lucky and say this morning's secret word, we will even send you a Boathouse $20 gift card. And normally coming up in this half hour, has been gone for a while, Captain Mike would call us with his message of hope and desperation. But the captain, good news, is expected. You're going to pick him up Thursday?
Thursday night.
Thursday
Yep.
night.
He's
So
flying back in, huh?
Yeah.
Flying
All
back
right.
in. Hop in the wall.
Yeah. Doing what he got to do.
He was down there helping the Trumpster.
Build a wall?
Build a wall, and
All right.
his work is finished.
Yep.
Is that a call for me?
That's for Ron.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Good morning. This is Dr. Bambi Good Touch.
Bambi Good Touch? Okay, Doc, what's up?
Well, I just got so excited excited when I heard my name being introduced that I may be a part of this very intellectual radio show that you have going on. I just had to call in.
Intellectual? Where'd you get that idea?
Well, no, I just wanted to know if there's going to be other hosts on that day when I come in.
No, it's just me, you, and Elmo.
Okay.
And Wacky Wayne and Ron.
And Ron, yep.
So what's the drift of this? It's going to be relationships. You're going to kind of...
It's going to be, well, I came up with a topic.
Uh-oh.
How men can get sex without begging.
That's something Scott doesn't know about.
We may have to allow more than 2 hours for this.
No.
Oh, no, it'll fill itself in, trust me.
It'll take like 2 seconds. Chloroform. There, done.
Yeah, not tonight. I've got a headache. How much can you
Just
do?
ask Bill Cosby.
Right.
I may be able to speak, which I can't say my patients' names about some of the...
No, definitely not.
No.
That's HIPAA
so
regulations.
It's all going to be just, it's just a very informative show.
Okay, so this isn't directed at me personally.
Specifically.
I have to write the book.
Many have tried. All right, Bambi.
All right. Talk to you
Is
later.
that another call? Wait a minute. Is that another call for me?
No.
All right, stay, Bambi. Stay here then.
Okay.
Okay. What was it?
Well, actually, I have a patient waiting in my
drinking glass
in your chair.
Well, my office. See, I work out of my house.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you should.
And it seems to work better because more topics seem to pop up when you're working out of the house.
Pop up. I get it. I get it, Bambi. Pop up. I get it.
Okay. So, and we both enjoy conversations, and it's good to work out of the house.
I think. Here's my suggestion: you ought to get a partnership going with our Kenosha Today doctor, Dr. Bendova, and you can work out of his red panel truck in the boathouse parking lot.
Well, see, I normally just work with men because they have more issues. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you gentlemen go. I have a patient waiting in my room, and
all right. Just tell him to bend over and cough. And,
okay, I'll do that.
Okay,
All right,
Bambi.
have a good day.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dr. Bambi.
Taking this serious. Is that really?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not taking that
All right.
serious.
What did we were at the secret word.
You sure?
We were talking about Captain Mike coming back.
Right.
After he helped the Trumpster build the wall. Have you talked to him personally?
Sure.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, a couple times.
I thought he had...
Well, we were talking about Fat Tuesday, and he says their carnival down there did not end until yesterday, so they partied the whole week for that. So they have maybe a different starting date for Lent or something. I don't know. But
okay. All right, where are we at?
He was in the running, but they do it. He was in the running to be King of Fools down there, which is
and he missed out.
Crowd, yeah, I think they nominate him every year down there, but
my question
he's
is
he's never won.
I want to see who beat him out. That's my question.
Probably a lifelong resident.
Nothing, huh?
No, nothing.
All right, we are going to. This is written in our home office at Amen Corner on the deck at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, where gray hairs matter. This week's top 10 thought-provoking category. These are the top 10 signs Kenosha has the largest potholes in the nation.
In the nation.
In
Number
America.
10. President Trump can't build a wall around any of them. Number 9. Officials have scheduled the next NASCAR race on South 22nd Avenue. Number 8. Able to put 100 new salad bars on Washington Road. Number 7. The tall ships will be docking on Sheridan Road. And number 6. Patriots owner Robert Kraft is opening 5 new Asian massage parlors on Green Bay Road. Number 5. Jesus tells Noah to start dredging 56th Street. Number 4. I like this one. City Council President Little Anthony Kennedy is seen swimming in a green thong in front of WIP's studio. Number 3. We still can't find Jimmy Hoffa. Number 2. North Korea is building a nuclear launch pad on 60th Street. And the number 1 sign, Kenosha has the largest potholes in the country. The state of Wisconsin now considers them part of that dark store ordinance. I thought it was
close. Not bad.
You know, Dr. Bambi calls in and gets me all
Got you all excited.
flustered, and I start rushing.
Actually, you like raced all the way up to the one about little Anthony Kennedy,
Then I slowed
and then
down.
you slowed down. Like you wanted to enunciate each word and ponder the magnificence that may be little Anthony in a green thong. Because you seem to have a fixation with little Anthony Kennedy, the color green, and some sort of either skin tight or very revealing outfit. I can see why you've given
a lonely man.
See why you've given up women for Lent.
Yeah.
Little Anthony Kennedy holds a special place in your heart.
All right.
And if he is your brother from another mother, you probably shouldn't
No,
talk
we were
to him.
twins, separated at birth.
You probably shouldn't talk about him that way. We're not in Arkansas, my friend.
Are you done ranting and raving?
I'm not raving or ranting. I'm just, pointing out some things that you may not notice normally.
We are taking calls and suggestions to rename this
naming rights
to this studio that we just call Studio A.
Yes,
there's only two of them here: Studio A and Studio B.
Right.
I don't know what do they call that over there? The Moneymaker.
The Will Rock Studio.
Yeah. But we're looking right now. Dennis has submitted quick trips to the Lip, and Cindy's got a sardine can studio. Or the phone booth studio. Those slack. But yours is the right.
I still like Rubberama Blow Up Doll Corporation. That's
we got to have a theme song for that. Rama.
I'm not going to be looking for no.
Anyway,
wouldn't you like to ride in my beautiful balloon?
Rubber band.
Some of the topics. The city was the city right to regulate e-cigarette use, restrict the age that people can buy electronic cigarettes, and vape. Is it vaping or vamping?
Vaping.
Yeah.
As in vapor.
So now, if they restrict the age, so you got to be 18 to buy this, what are you going to leave all the kids with? All they can smoke is dope then?
Poor dumb bastards. Till they legalize it, and then you still have. No.
I see where. Now the other big to do is the pier extension to alter the lakefront versus dredging the harbor, and they're going to have to
every 2 years.
Yeah, they're going to have to get going on that pretty quick here because otherwise they are going to run out of time before the tall ships. Oh, good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Good morning. I have a name for the room, but I have to do it off air first.
This is why you're the old crow, right?
Well, we'll just,
Yep.
Can we get back to you?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Can I do it off air?
Come down to Amen Corner and tell us.
Yeah, get down to Amen Corner and tell them.
Maybe later I'll call you.
Another day, perhaps.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Thanks,
bye.
Old Crow.
Is this another one?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Boy, that's not good when they call in and right away say,
well,
if you can't tell us on the air, how are we going to do this?
Right, yeah, right. We can't make fun of it, and then I'd have to, hit more buttons.
Anyway, they're talking about dredging this harbor again. And because apparently I was talking to some of the guys from the yacht club the other day.
Yeah.
The harbor is a port identified as a harbor of safe refuge. It serves as Kenosha's primary passage into Lake Michigan. And I believe that's one of the reasons why we still have the Coast Guard here.
Yes.
Although I don't know if a big ship was having problems. I don't think we've had a big ship in 30 years since.
No, it's been a long time.
They couldn't get in down in that thing that's only about 11 feet.
Right.
So anyway,
they might be able to get in, but they may never get out.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the one time.
Kind of like Hotel California.
Right, exactly.
This one time, I was back in the 60s, this big freighter was turning around in the big basin there.
Sure.
And it was turning around, it hadn't pulled the anchor up. And there was a water main, that main city, because the water thing was down on by the pier there.
Sure.
And it just burst the pipe and the whole city was without water.
Oh, Jesus.
See, remembering Kenosha.
Yeah, they had the intake down there.
Yeah. Anyway, so here's another alderman, Dominic Ruffalo. He says he's against having this pier being
have the pier extension.
Yeah. And he says New York has the Statue of Liberty, and we have a lighthouse. And he's opposed to, he says, a classy picture of the city. We're going to take that jetty into the breakwater that takes away the classic Kenosha look forever. Well, excuse me, but I just saw some pictures in the paper where they're going to redo the whole downtown. They're going to tear the city hall
Right.
down. They're going to build a new one up. They're going to put
Right.
that whole lakefront's going to
Basically change the entire
whole
makeup
thing.
of the
the downtown. Yep.
Right.
So I've had the voters tell me that it would be just to connect that out to the from the pier, from where the red lighthouse is, out to the, what do they call, the breakwater thing, and that might do it. But otherwise, they're going to have to get moving on this thing. When's the tall ships coming in? About the first week of August?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, now the last time they did it, I thought they did a pretty good job because they actually dug it out, put it in city trucks, and took it over to where the band shell is. Is that Kennedy?
Penoyer.
Yeah, no,
Penoyer Park.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they tapped it with dirt and wood grass and did
Sure.
a nice job.
Right.
But now, according to this paper, they're going to let these, when they dredge it out, dump it down in Pleasant Prairie someplace in the water.
Huh.
Unlike anything they've ever done before.
Right.
So,
Well, no, the one year they piped it down to Penoyer Park.
that was a disaster. That guy was just sucking water out, and we paid $383,000 for nothing.
Right.
But I thought it was one of these Great Lakes compacts that said, once you take stuff out because of the contaminants, you can't put it back in the water.
Right.
So if anybody knows more than what I just described, which everybody knows more than me anyway, so 262-694-1050. But so they're going to put it on a barge and float it down to somewhere not quite to Illinois, but fill in down there.
Hope it drifts into Illinois, right?
Yeah, take all our contaminants. So we covered that. And should we bother, instead of taking all our time and effort at a city council meeting worried about renaming a road, why don't you take your time and come up with a plan to fill the potholes?
Right.
Let's
not name the. Let's
They
not
probably
name the
do
road.
have a plan. It's just they got to wait till the weather permits. Otherwise, it's pointless.
True.
Oh, like the city they never did anything pointless before.
Well,
See, I got you there, Elmo.
yeah, but
I know.
Maybe they're moving in the right direction.
I hope
they're
so.
not doing something that's pointless.
Trying to do it once instead of a bunch of times.
Correct. Yeah.
This is a
Do over Kenosha.
improving vision and cognitive skills focus on wellness talk. Apparently, this guy was given this talk about neuroscience and sports medicine is becoming more popular, and non-athletes alike and athletes have suffered from a range of deteriorated vision and cognitive skills over time. The brain is pretty amazing, according to this guy. So my question is, does this apply to radio hosts too? Or I might be losing.
I thought it was athletes.
Well, it said, but non-athletes too.
Yeah.
And so I'm just the question, throwing it out there. This obviously must apply to
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says the brain, he reminded the audience, is noted for its plasticity, a term denoting its ability to change throughout life by forming new connections between the brain cells.
We can wallow away.
If I only had a brain.
Okay. Hey, look, boys and girls, the clock on. Oh, why don't you?
You want to do this?
KRS.
Make your reservations now for that paint job this summer.
Awesome.
Says your wife is certified, Spider.
Oh. Yeah.
Is that like you are certified?
Yeah, I'm certified, all right. Anyway, look, boys and girls, the clock on the wall here in Studio A, soon to be renamed eventually, says that it's 11:22. And everybody knows what that means. It's time for all our listeners to strut their stuff and try to stump the chumps. And if you're successful in stumping the chumps, you get to have the privilege and high honor of joining us as a guest host on an upcoming show. And it's a huge opportunity for our audience to bring something of intelligence, sophistication, and prove to the rest of the Kenosha City Nation that we are barely smarter than a fifth grader. I don't think we have to actually clear the phone lines for this.
No, we're doing okay on that. Yeah.
We're going to take your trivia question, whether it be a trivia question or a song, 262-694-1050, and here we go.
Oh, yeah, you want that thing, huh? There you go.
Why don't you hit me with your best shot? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
Well, that killed 30 seconds.
17.5.
17.5.
Okay. Glad I could help.
You want to play it again?
Just keep going until we get a phone call, yeah.
We'll show our audience that we made business. If you don't call us, now we're begging, and then we got to hit.
We'll start calling you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You know what? We announced at the beginning that this is Barbie Doll's 60th anniversary, and I thought we'd get more people that would be interested in Barbie. And I pointed out Elmo brought this up, so this is not being laid out on me. This next 30 minutes of boredom.
So, all right.
Phone call.
Well, actually, I've talked about that. People I've talked to, I've got a great response to that.
Okay.
Dr. Bambi was saying she had all the Barbie stuff. She had the
did
Dream
too.
Castle or whatever
I had
it
all
was.
the Barbies. I had all the
and
Barbie
the Barbie
clothes, too.
car and all that stuff. So.
All right. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hi there. Good morning.
Who's this?
My name's Amy. I just thought I'd give you guys a call. You sound so
Lost.
Easy.
Yeah. We're very lost.
I do like listening to you guys and LIP, but a lot of times we're not in the car at this time. But I am today, so I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to call them.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Amy.
you. Okay. You've bailed us out. We've been spared that 30 minutes of boredom.
Can you got anything you want to talk about? We've got a couple minutes to kill here, Amy.
Well, are you looking for trivia? Is that what
Whatever
it was?
you want. You want to make a point?
Stump the chumps if you have to.
Hey, by the way, are you old enough to have had a Barbie doll?
Oh yeah, I did. I had yes, and I played with several when I was a child, and I made furniture for them, everything.
Oh my. Okay. So what do you do, Amy, when you're driving around in the car? I mean, do you work or do you?
Usually, I am working. I'm driving all around, and so I do listen to LIP quite a bit, and yeah, I enjoy all the shows. So, and now I'm going actually to the grocery store.
Well, if you get done listening to this for any length of time, you better go get yourself immediately into a therapy session.
So I just had an interesting, sometimes I do presentations and I try to start things light out with trivia questions. So I had a trivia question.
Okay, go ahead. Hit it. What is it?
Okay, true or false, the acid in our stomach is strong enough to dissolve razor blades.
I'll say yeah.
True.
Yep.
True.
We say true.
Yep, you're right. You won. Ding, ding, ding. You won.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yes. We were not stumped today.
Nope.
You didn't actually think you were going to slip that one past
Yeah,
four guys.
Some people say false, and then I have to go into the whole,
Maybe
There's a spiel.
This is a question you begin your speeches with?
Well, it's like for fall prevention, so I try to get people interested with some trivia of the body and some other.
Hey, we got some great trivia, but I'll have to call you back. Wait, we want to build up your act, huh?
Keep up. I'm at the store now. You guys keep up the great job. Like to hear you, and have a great day.
Good luck
you so
good
much,
luck in
Amy.
therapy, Amy. That girl.
Thanks.
All right. True or false? Since I even knew that.
Yeah, but at least she called in.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, regardless of what the question was, it still gave us something to ponder for a moment. Gave us something to talk about. She seemed very pleasant.
Sure. Killed 2 minutes.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Elmo, give me that.
I know, Amy.
back.
See, Elmo knows Amy.
You want to deposit on his business card. Hey, I gotta plug. We got another call here, maybe, Wayne.
Sure, we got a little something.
All right, we got a little something.
Matt, maybe we don't.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, how'd
All
that
right.
happen? Was that your fault?
Sure.
Don't be hanging up on our listeners. All right. Now, where was I here? Big thank you to the boys. Good morning on Kenosha today.
Hey guys, how's it going? Long time. I haven't called in for a while. This is Dale from Kenosha.
Oh, Dale.
Hey, Dale.
Wow, yeah.
How did the snow shoveling go this year out in the 17th
We had
district?
a lot of snow.
I sold off that business to this guy that works out of the front doors of Home Depot.
Well,
I gave it to him for a real good price.
Good price.
Did you keep the vodka for yourself then?
Oh, of course.
Boy, Dale. So what's on your mind here?
Nothing. I'm just calling in. Did somebody come up with the secret word?
No, go ahead. Take a shot at it, Dale.
Okay, I've got a shot at it. How about ashamed?
Close, but not quite.
You're in
You're
the
getting close, but unfortunately, that's
you're
not
in the
it.
general vicinity there.
So, hey, Dale, now that you sold off the snow plowing business, what do you do for fun in the winter?
Absolutely nothing.
You don't even chase girls or women?
Well, I'm too old.
You're never
too old for
I'm
that.
not fast enough to chase anymore. They've got to be either crippled or in a wheelchair.
Well, let them chase you.
Or stuck in a snowbank. I don't know.
Well, here's what we're going to do. In 2 weeks on the 23rd, we're bringing in a professional, Dr. Bambi, and you can call me back or call her and ask her any question you want on dating tips or whatever.
Oh, okay. Dr. Bambi.
Dr. Bambi. She's in partnerships with the Kenosha Today doctor, Dr. Bendova. They're in a partnership, but she
nothing to do with pole dancing.
No, that's next week.
that's next week. Yeah. Hey, a gal's got
Dr.
to make a
Bambi's in
living,
2
right?
weeks. Yeah.
Well, you'll never make it on that. I saw that video.
Oh, God. Is that still out there? I'm not real proud of that, you know.
Once it's on the internet, it never goes away.
Yeah. Once you hit that button that releases it.
I didn't put it there, but you know that red dress, that was a size 14, and I'm retaining a little water, and I can't get it into that anymore. I'm a little busty.
Maybe that's a good
Ask
thing.
Gene about that.
Yeah. All right, Dale, we'll call us one if you got any questions.
All right, you guys have a great day.
All right.
Say, Dale.
From the past, yeah. Well, we're going to take our last break.
Yeah,
We'll
let's
get
do
back,
that.
and hopefully somebody wants to call into the High Five Singer and Doofus.
Yeah. Right away.
Heading down the home stretch on the Kenosha Today Trolley Ride this morning. Look at Wacky Wayne. We have a caller.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good, Wacky Wayne.
There you go. Listen to that dial tone.
Are you sure that's not you that hung up on her?
I hit the button. If it hangs up, that's not my problem. Maybe they got tired of waiting. They called in like right when the commercial started.
Oh, well, call us back.
Or don't. Whatever you want to do. I'm reasonable like that.
If you just joined us, this is the March 9th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. The good news, we are still here broadcasting live to over 1.4 million people residing here in the Kenosha Today Nation. Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. This morning's cast of characters, the ever-loving, always loving, he's just lovable, the Elmo the Fixer Schneider.
Good morning.
Next, watch out, Elmo. He's going to start talking about you in a green thong next.
Uh-oh.
From the galaxy called Spider Dome, the Buddy Love, the camera dude.
Good morning.
And along with our engineer, board operator, Wacky Wayne, joins us. Of course, he's hanging on my every word.
Hanging on your every word, pointing out all the missteps.
You know, that could be a 2-hour segment show right there.
It usually is, every week.
Yeah. I'm not a perfect person.
I never claimed you were.
And also, I might have misspoke, and of course you were gracious enough to bring it out to everybody's attention.
I'm right there to make sure you don't make those mistakes moving forward.
Yeah, but half these people that listen to me, they're just as goofy as I am, and they don't even notice.
They made the same mistakes in their mind when they heard it. They're like, oh yeah, just keep rolling with it.
And here, poor Amy's, tries to hit us with a tough question.
Yeah.
Claims she's ducking off and going to the grocery store. She's in therapy right now, I bet you.
Probably.
They got her with the little thing going back and forth.
2-minute conversation with us.
Yeah.
Therapy is definitely necessary, yes.
Again, if you happen to miss our Saturday show, you can tune in AM 1050 WLIP tomorrow at noon. Relive all this magic.
Unless I don't load the show, and then it'll be last week's show.
Well, why wouldn't you load the show?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I got other things to do.
I'll tell you what. You load the show, and Elmo and I will take care of getting loaded.
Okay.
See how that works?
Oh, so we'll do what we usually do? How about you load the show, and I'll go get loaded?
Oh, you want me to take care of...
Hey, if you can load
stuff?
I wouldn't want you to be denied the exquisite excitement of loading a Kenosha Today show for replay.
I don't want to take away all of your...
All that, yeah.
Wayne, I got an idea here. How about some week we play it backwards and to see if there's any subliminal messages
see if we've
in the broadcast?
See if we've snuck anything in there?
Yeah.
How do you spell today
I could
backwards?
do that, yes.
Well, I'm going to give a hint on the secret word here.
Oh, we have a great hint today.
It's a fantastic hint.
You might
It's
want
a
to give it.
fantastic hint.
Okay.
So if you go to the Union Park Tavern and read the scoop, the word is the subject of my editorial in the current version in March.
Why don't you just tell them?
Well, they got to, how many people go down there and read it. So.
All right.
I guess we'll find out if we get a phone
Got
call.
a phone call, right?
There's somebody sitting in the parking lot of the Union Park Tavern right
They're
now
running-
going.
they're running down there.
They're just walking the 7 steps
They want
to the
some
door.
of that money from
We're gonna
Parter.
break-
You guys just love this when I lose.
It doesn't happen often.
No. Well, I mean, this is 262-694-1050, and we pay if you would.
Right, if you pay, yeah.
And I was.
We're not Welchers.
And
Well-
I've been so gracious at times. If you spelled it the way I originally spelled it, I bumped it up 5.
Only if it's misspelled. Right.
Okay.
I
Anyway,
know.
boys, it's time to play this week's editorial segment, High Five Zingers and Doofuses, and we're letting the listeners call in
As the cold mix turns.
like the
There you go.
sands in the hourglass in the days of our lives. Elmo, why don't you? Oh, look, we have a call here. How about this? Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Good morning.
Who's this?
How you guys doing?
Oh, we're good. We're doing good. We're doing good. Who's this?
Excuse me?
Who's this?
Oh, this is Nana from the north side. I just had a question.
Nana from the north side. Okay, Nana. What's
Okay, can I just tell you off the air or on the air?
well,
We can't take stuff off the air.
Go ahead. Just
No, what happened is back in December, I called and I won something, but I forgot what I put the coupon that you sent me. So,
it's expired now.
oh, I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
well, I
I
couldn't
don't.
remember what I put it. You know, dementia comes in early sometimes.
I know the feeling. Welcome to my world. All right, Nana.
Anyway, maybe I'll try again someday.
You do
doing
that.
it now.
Sounds like a plan.
All
Try
Nana.
it again.
Have a good day.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha.
No.
No. You know, it brings up a good point. Those certificates that we send out.
Yeah.
Those are like gold.
And they're only good for like 30 days.
30 days. And,
Yeah.
But you should be putting that and framing them.
Well, that should be the first thing you use. You should get it and then go to the boathouse between 3 and 6.
And bring extra money.
Sit next to Scotty and see if you can get silly.
I wish you wouldn't categorize it like that.
Well, you're the one that says it's getting silly with Scotty.
Well, that's competing with Lighten Up with Lenny. I mean,
Right.
He can't have all the fun. We got to have our own. But we only do ours on the days ending in Y.
Right.
So, Elmo, you want to? That's still a
No.
no call. All right, Elmo, you want to give your zinger?
Oh, this
Which
week.
one's the zinger? Oh, that's
The
what.
zinger.
Yeah. There we go.
This week's zinger goes to the idiot couple in Muskego, Wisconsin that called the police on the guy from next door that dressed up in a panda outfit in order to play a prank on the people he was house sitting for. So he did that and went out in the yard and was dancing around to get caught on their security cameras. They were down in Florida or someplace like that, and he wanted them to see it when they looked at the security video on their phone or something like that. Well, the people next door got all alarmed that this was going on, called the cops on the guy, and claimed there's a giant teddy bear dancing out there, and what are they doing in Wisconsin? That species is not indigenous to this area. So,
you know what they call something like that at Barter Manor? Friday.
yeah. So, what the heck? You got to call the cops for everything. You can't.
That's right.
That's just ridiculous. So,
All right. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hey, Scott.
Dennis.
Hey, considering that you are the game show host with the most, and I wish the best for Alex Trebek in his fight against pancreatic cancer.
Yep.
But should he have to take off a little bit to get treatment or fight, perhaps you could fill in for him.
Is Vanna White still on that show?
She's never been on that show.
Well, if Vanna goes, I go.
Until then.
Not
so much.
It's in my
Well, you'd have to be on Wheel of Fortune then.
I can do that too.
Replace.
And by the way,
Pat
there was a
Sajak.
correction before. The yelling in the background was that Nancy loved Shirley. I thought she was saying she loved you, but she said she loved Shirley.
Close enough.
They both wear dresses.
They both wear dresses.
Yeah.
I'm feeling second string now.
Second fiddle.
The second fiddle, yeah.
Yeah, but you'd be good on Jeopardy. I think you'd be a good host.
Only if Vanna White.
Did you fall down recently, Dennis?
Yeah.
You bump your head, or you feeling okay,
Must
buddy?
have passed that kidney stone, huh?
Actually, I am a little under the weather today.
That
so
makes sense.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But you guys keep up the good work, and as you see, you get callers from all corners of the world.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
True enough.
Maybe Vanna will call me.
Hey, where are you leaning on the studio name?
Well, right now we have yours, which was Quick Trips to the Lip, and Cindy called in Sardine Can Studio or the Phone Booth Studio. But right now, I think Elmo's leading with
Rubberama Blow Up Doll Corporation Studios. So that's it.
That could be it. That's catchy.
But we are not perverts anymore. We don't go to the meetings on Tuesdays.
Whatever happened to the Ark? Whatever happened to that?
Sank.
What Ark?
Don't remember we had the Ark with all the animals on it.
No, Scott doesn't remember
the
that,
sea
obviously.
scum.
Yeah.
The sea scum?
The Ark.
No,
we were making the Kenosha Today Ark.
The Ark, when we had the flooding here.
Right, when we had all the flooding.
Like
last year.
I must have bumped my head. Dennis, I got to go.
Sure. See you, Dennis.
Van is calling.
Treatment, take it easy.
Yeah, all right. Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Hi. Just if you haven't watched your show on Channel 14, everybody, it's a riot. It's so funny to see your expressions in. I just love it.
It's a good thing Ronnie does a lot of good editing on that.
That's right, yeah.
Your expressions.
Is this one of these first-time caller, last-time listener deals?
Right, yeah. And I really like Nancy and Dennis, too. They are the sweetest couple.
Oh, now they're going to have to call me back.
Yeah,
and say,
Nancy,
Shirley, and
you.
you put me right in the middle of this.
Right, yeah.
No, you are.
You are, and then 37 phone calls later.
This is not a warm
And I'm so glad Dale called. He hasn't called in a long time. I'm glad he's okay.
Well, yeah.
He used to call all the time. It was so good to hear him.
Well, this is not a warm and fuzzy show. If you don't have, I mean, it's not.
Well, it can be for a few minutes.
Okay, I got another call.
All right.
Okay, thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, Shirley.
Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Oh, good morning.
Hey, Bubba, my man.
Yeah. I'd like to host a Jeopardy for the city of Kenosha. See.
Okay.
Yeah. I could have a lot of topics out there, like how about old theaters or the gold cases from the 1920s.
That would be a popular.
We could also talk about old saloons and have a whole category on that. See.
I thought you didn't go to saloons.
Yeah.
I know a lot about saloons and the history of them, though. See.
I see.
Or we could have my favorite category, drum and bugle corps in Kenosha. Yeah.
Hey,
I want to stump you chumps.
Okay,
It's a game show, see.
Okay, Bubba, go ahead. Give it your best shot.
Yeah.
All right, what is it?
Yeah. What day was the last picture shown at the Roosevelt Theater?
All right, last day.
Shirley should know that.
The picture was shown at the Roosevelt Theater. Actually, I think I'm going to guess.
There was a certain mayor. I won't mention any names. Just give initials of Keith Bosman. That tore down that beautiful.
Shh, keep that quiet.
Theater.
Keep it quiet. But they didn't tear it down under his reign. I don't think. I thought it was.
2009. See.
I thought Frank Carmichael had owned it, or he must have sold it.
No, he sold it to
Roger and Marv Super Value used to give away free tickets.
Oh, that's okay.
You could go in and buy a stick of gum and get a free ticket to the picture there. They used to have a vaudeville act there too. See.
Yeah. Okay. So did you ever, like Shirley, when she calls in, she's had some.
I don't talk to that person.
Well,
he doesn't listen to me. See.
Well, see, here's the.
Whoa,
don't get hit there, Bubba.
Oh, they're going to back up here at the Kenosha Hospital cafeteria. See.
So now I was going to ask you something, Bubba. Now I lost my train of thought.
No. Hang on a second here. Yes, you can have the newspaper.
You're done with it.
What kind of soup?
You remember the salad bar at the old Big Boy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are you staying for lunch there at the hospital?
Yeah. They got a grand piano here too. There was a crime that was committed here at the Kenosha Hospital cafeteria not too long ago.
Yeah. What was the crime?
I don't know. I don't like to report on things. I like to talk more about the past, see, and not modern current events.
Hey, by the way, did they ever catch the culprits that killed those people in the Clark station and took off?
There was one person shot with a chrome revolver, and no. I did have a lot of leads last week. The phones were ringing off the hook. I've got a crime number here.
Well, should have been pretty easy to find because you described
You
it.
can locate my crime number on the Yahoo. See, I've got a lot of pictures there. I keep my pictures.
Okay.
I've got several thousand pictures of Kenosha, in case you're interested.
Oh, we are. We are.
I am not writing a book.
Oh, well, Paul. Oh, I'm glad you mentioned it because Paul from Racine.
People keep asking me if I'm writing a book. I am not writing a book.
You writing anything?
No.
Oh.
Needs to be a proofreader for the old midweek bulletin thing.
Oh, Paul.
Just for all your listening audience out there, too. All the drum and bugle corps are dead.
Well, it's people don't want to spend the time, right? I mean,
The drum and bugle corps are dead.
okay. Thank you for sharing that with us.
How can you have a drum and bugle corps without bugles?
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Then it'd just be a drum corps.
Hey,
I
Bubba,
used to play the sousaphone.
do you want to take a shot at the secret word?
Is it sousaphone?
No, no, it's
No, but you're close.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy. Well, as
Somewhere
always,
between sousaphone and ashamed.
Well, I used to play the sousaphone, see.
I see.
Or ashamed because you play the sousaphone, yeah.
How about Charlie Nash?
What
How about him?
Is that the secret word?
No,
It's 2 words.
that's 2 words. Bubba,
Spicy chili.
are you drinking early in this morning?
Yes, I drink coffee and tea, see.
I get it. You got a suggestion for our renaming Studio A here? Jackass.
How about buttered corn?
The Buttered Corn Studios.
Actually,
Grilled shrimp over rice. That's good.
Grilled shrimp over rice.
all right, Bubba.
Yeah, you can name your studio the Queensmen after my drum and bugle corps. That was our name. I was also part of the Kingsmen.
Well, so let me get this straight. You went both ways. You were a queen and a king.
Well, the Queensmen were the best.
Didn't you
Queensmen were the best.
Didn't they? They wore kilts, didn't they?
No, that was the
No,
Racine
no.
Kilties.
Oh, okay.
There was also the Dundee Scots.
Oh,
Also
yeah.
wore
Then I'm going to
kilts,
bring that can of stove polish in for Elmo on your anniversary show.
We're looking forward to it.
You don't want to use any type of street bench for the stove polish because you won't be able to sit down.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to you coming in and joining us.
Well, let's see here.
Let's see here.
As long as I can use the microfilm.
Yeah, it's a date, April 6th.
And your listeners can call up if they have any dead relatives. I can look them up for you.
Oh God
That'd be
Almighty!
good.
All right.
That topic supersede my show.
Yeah. Okay. All right,
Yeah,
Bubba.
yeah.
Well,
All right.
I think we're gonna have to
Okay.
Thank you for your call and your attention to
Oh, sure.
The detail.
detail. All right, Bubba. Have a great week.
All right.
I gotta come down here.
Right.
See,
Right.
You know, things start slow, and then all of a
Right.
sudden we have this big whirlwind.
Yeah, a
before
little bit of
noon.
this, a little bit of that,
Yeah.
and then
And you
all
got
done.
you got Dennis and Silly. Oh, you're so great.
Oh, you're so fantastic. Oh,
Yeah.
Uncle
Yeah.
Scotty, I do have a high five.
Okay,
for
go ahead.
today. We can do it.
I was
Today's
gonna
high-
say,
high five goes to the Kenosha Unified School District Music Department that received an award this week for being in the top 5% of all the school music programs in the country. So
Well, you know, that's excellent choice.
Right,
Yes.
goes way back ever since Ralph Houghton put the program together, and it's gone over generations, and the program remains strong today. So
Look at what he's done. You know, he had regular orchestras, bands, marching
choirs,
bands, choirs, and jazz bands.
Yep.
I mean, they had everything, and it all began
So it's
with
it's into the numerous generations now. So that you've got kids of the kids that were in there originally. So
well,
I didn't
participating in the program.
I didn't fare too well. Kill a band.
sure.
This is going to be a. I was in the clarinet section.
Should we go with Doofus on this one?
Yeah, this
All right.
is all right. You know exactly where I'm going with this. All right.
That one time at band camp.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
got
not
it.
at band camp. No.
Okay.
At band camp.
When I was in ninth grade at Lance, when the school just opened, I was taking private clarinet lessons, and I was the first chair.
Yes.
And I was actually
good.
Pretty good. And
to
won
be
some
first
medals
chair,
and
you
everything
should be
else.
good, yeah.
And so then I got to sophomore year, and I started playing
drinking.
sports, and I discovered girls,
Right.
So
Clarinet's not really a good
no, but
segue
I was
tool to that.
in the band, and
Yeah.
I was in the second row now.
Okay.
So now I'm in my junior year.
Yeah.
And the guy's name was Jim Fawcett, I think. Does that sound right? He was the band director. So he's getting this thing, and band was an elective at the time. And
Right.
I really wanted out.
Sure.
And so then he had those little rooms, practice rooms. So you had to go in there and hit the button and say your name on tape, and then play the
Play your
chords and
part.
everything
Yeah,
else.
yeah, yeah.
So I went in, hit the button, said, "Scott Barter, I'm ready to go here." And then I had my buddy come in, and he ripped all the chords, and he was in the first row.
Sure.
And the guy said, the band called me in the next day. He says, "Well, I give you an A for trying, but there's no way you're going to be in this band
Yeah,
anymore."
right.
So I had to go home and be the bearer of bad tidings
news.
and tell my
Yeah.
mom I'm not making it in the band any longer.
Right.
Hey, if you were ripping chords on a clarinet, that's pretty good because you can only play one note at a time. on a
Well,
clarinet.
there you go. See, it's guys like this to point this little
Right.
detail stuff
Little
out.
details, yeah.
So I didn't make the band. I took a shop class.
Yeah.
Has all his
to
fingers.
woodworking or
To
something.
woodworking, yes.
All his fingers. He still has.
Yeah, I still have all my fingers, barely.
Right.
Oh, I was not a mechanic either. I had some issues. Man, when I was building my house in '86, and I had one of these outdoor floodlights.
Yeah.
Oh, it actually just had a light bulb in it, and I'm going to install the new floodlights, the dual
Yeah,
ones.
sure.
So I was doing this and undoing the wire, and I'm on a. You know where I'm going with this. I'm on a ladder.
Sure.
And Scotty Boy forgot to turn the juice off.
Oh, jeez.
And fell down.
All part
My
of the
daughters
adventure,
come in,
yeah.
and I didn't know if they were laughing or.
Yes.
Dad, don't touch this anymore.
Right.
Is there video of this?
No.
No. He said it was 1986. They didn't bring out the camcorder.
No, they had a camcorder was back in because I.
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But maybe he didn't
Prayer
have
Head.
one.
Were you in a red dress when you were doing it?
So, yeah, my red dress ripped.
Right.
So, I've had some
Dressing?
No,
Yes.
not be quiet. I've had some flashes of death
Right.
along the way.
Oh, no doubt.
And so I'm here on borrowed time, I guess.
Well, you're doing okay so far.
Really? Really?
So far, so good.
far?
Yeah.
So again, we got we're just about winding down here.
Yeah.
We got. Oh yeah. Union Park.
Union Park Tavern,